Howdy! So today we'll be going over the insertion algorithm for a 2-3 tree. So our first step will be flipping up our first card, placing it down as our root card, and this will also be our root node. So our next step will be flipping up our next card. So our current node has no children, so we'll insert our flipped up card into this node. Since the current node only has one card, we'll just compare the 60 with the 65. 60 is less than 65, so we'll place it to the left. Next, we'll flip up our next card, 42. Since our current node has no children, we'll insert 42 into this node. Since this node has two cards, we'll first start by comparing 42 with 60. Since 42 is less than 60, we'll put it to the left. Now, since we have a node that has 3 cards in it, we'll have to do a split. So what we'll do is we'll take this center card and we'll remove it. Now, since there are no cards in our parent node, what will happen is this 60 will be the only card in our parent node. So we'll just insert it, and this will be the new parent node. This will also be the new root node of the tree. Then the 42, the left node card, will be our upper left child, and the right node card will be our upper right child. And then we have our balanced tree. So we'll flip up our next card, 44. We'll compare it with our current node. Our current node has children, so we'll compare our flipped up card with the contents of the current node. Since it only has one card, we'll just compare 44 with that card. Since 44 is less than 60, we'll look at the upper left child. This will be our new current node. Since this current node doesn't have any children, we can insert 44 into this node. Since this node only has one card, we'll just compare 44 with that card. Since it is greater than 42, we will put it to the right. And then we're all done with that one. We'll flip up our next card, 9. We'll look at our root node. It has children, so we'll compare our flipped up card with the contents of that root node, or with the contents of our current node. Since there's only one card in the current node, we'll just compare our flipped up card with that card. It is less than 60, so we'll look to the left child. Since the left child, our current node, has no children, we can insert 9 into this node. Since this node has 2 cards, we'll first start by comparing 9 with the leftmost card, 42. Since 9 is less than 42, we will place it to the left of 42. Sorry, it's a little finicky sometimes. Alright, so now that the 9 has been inserted, we have another node of 3. So what we'll do is we'll have to split this node up. So we'll take this center card, 42, and we will remove it. So then we'll take this center card, we'll compare it, or we'll look at the parent node. Since the parent node only has one card, we will compare this 42 with the parent node. Since the 42 is less than the one card in the parent node, the 44 here will become the right node will become the upper center child, and the left node will become the upper left child. And then we'll insert 42 into the parent node. So, since there's only one card in the parent node, we'll just compare 42 with that card. Since 42 is less than 60, we'll just place it to the left. And then we have our balanced tree again. So, we'll take our next card, flip it up, 33. We'll look at our current node. It has children, so we'll compare our flipped up card with the contents of the current node. Since the current node has two cards, we'll first start by comparing 33 with the leftmost card, 42. It is less than 42, so we'll look at the left child. The left child will now be our new current node. Since it has no children, we can insert 33 here. And since this node only has one card, we'll just compare 33 with that one card. And since 33 is greater than 9, we'll place it to the right. And now 33 has been inserted. So the next card we have is 38. So what we'll do is we'll look at our current node. It has children. So we'll compare the flipped up card with the contents of the current node. So we'll start by comparing 38 with 42. It is less than 42, so we'll look to the left child. Now, since the left child will now be our current node, since the current node has no children, we can insert 38 into this node. Since there are two cards in this node, we'll first start by comparing our flipped up card with the leftmost card, 9. It is not less than 9, so we'll move over to 33 and compare with 33. It is greater than 33, so we'll place it to the right here. Now, since we have another node of 3 here, we need to do another split. So we'll take our 33 and we'll remove it. And we'll look at our parent node. Now, since our parent node has two cards, we're going to have to do something special here. And what we'll do is we're going to make a temporary 4-child node situation. So since the node that's being split is the left child of the parent node, this upper right will stay the upper right. Our upper center will become the upper center right, and then the right node card will become the upper left center, and our left node card will become the upper left. And then we'll take this 33 and insert it into the parent node. Now, the parent node has 4 children, so we need to note that. Those temporary children we made last time. Now, since it has 2 nodes, we'll first start by comparing, or since it has 2 cards, we'll first start comparing 33 with the leftmost node card. Since it is less than 42, we'll place it to the left of 42. Now, since we have 3 cards here, we'll have to do another split. So we'll take this 42 out, and we'll note that since there are those 4 children, we'll have to assign those nodes at the end of this split, since the current node here that we are splitting has 4 children. So what we'll do is we'll look to the parent. There is no cards in the parent node, so 42 will be the only card in the parent node. And then our left node card will be the left child, and our right node card will be the right child. So now we look at those old children, and we need to assign them. So the old upper left will become the left child of the left child of the parent. The upper left center will become the right child of the left child of the parent. Our upper left center here will be the left child of the right child of the parent. And our upper right center here, and then our upper right child will become the upper right child of our upper right child of our parent. And then we have our balanced tree again. And that is how you solve a cascading split. There is a temporary 4 children. And that is how we build a 2-3 tree.